Okay, hello everybody. Today we're going to be working on finding the slope of a graph, and this is DM7, your code on IXL, 8th grade. And this is Mr. Kane. So let's jump into this. It says, look at this graph. Okay, so we have this graph, and the question says, what is the slope? Okay, so the first thing that we need to remember about slope is that slope is considered rise over run. Always want to remember that. Rise over run. So remember, how much are you rising, going up, and how much are you running? Either going to the right, which is positive, or going to the left, which is negative, okay? So let's take a look at this point. You notice the point on the graph right here, the line does not intersect on the graph. So you have to find a point that intersects like this one right here. So I'm going to just put a dot right there. And we're going to find the next point that intersects on this line on the graph, like this point right here. Okay. So now we're going to start at this point right here. Do this in a different color. And we're going to look and count how much we are rising and how much we are running. So we're rising 1, 2, 3. So the top number is 3. That's our rise. And our run is 1. And we are running in the positive direction on the number line. So it's positive 1. So this simplifies to a slope of 3. I'm going to enter that in down here. Okay. Okay, let's do another one here, okay? So again, rise over run. We can't use this point because it does not intersect on the graph. This is a point that intersects on the graph, so I'm going to make a dot right there. And I'm going to look for the next one that intersects. Go up, up, up. That doesn't, that doesn't, that doesn't. Right here, okay? So we're going to start here, and we're going to rise, and then we're going to look for our run. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 is my rise. And my run, I'm going to the right, so it's positive. So it's going to be 1, 2, and 3. So my slope is rise of 4, run of 1, 2, 3. So my answer is 4/3. Positive 4/3. So you put 4, fraction bar, 3. Okay, what about this one here? Okay, well, we can find our first point, just like we've been doing. Here's a point. This time it's on the y-axis, right? We don't need to use that point. The thing is, you can use any points on the line. So there's a point. There's a point. There's a point. There's a point. Right there. Okay, so you can use any of those as long as you go from one to the next. So if I start at this one, I rise 1, and I run 1, 2. In a positive direction, since it's going this way, it's a positive 1/2. Now notice every single point on the line also is 1/2. So rise 1, run 2, 1, 2. From here to here, rise 1, run 2. So every single point will have a slope of 1/2 if it's a constant rate of change, which these all have a constant rate of change. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, it looks like they're all about the same, so let's keep it going. Let's go to our point on the line, this one, and that one, right? No other point intersects on this line here. So let's rise 1, 2, 3, and run 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that is a slope of 3/4, 3/4. Let's put that in there as our answer. Now I'm looking for a negative because I know they're going to throw a negative one in at us here. So far, I have not seen a negative. So I kept doing these up to 80 and still no negatives. So I'm wondering if these are all positive. Well, let's just keep doing. Maybe I'll put a timestamp in here. So here's the point that intersects on our line on the graph. There's the point. We go up, 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 up. Here's the point. Like that. And again, rise, over, run. And this is going to be repeated all year long. Rise, over, run. We always want to remember that. So how much are we rising? We're rising 1, 2, 3. And we are running 1. So 3 over 1, which simplifies to 3. Okay, I'm looking for those negatives. I don't see any. So maybe you'll be in luck. Maybe you won't have any negatives. Nope, they're still positive. So it's positive as long as it's going up and to the right. If it's moving to the right on the number line, it's going to be a positive slope. So let's look for that point. Here's a point. Here's another point. We look for rise over run. So rise, rise over run. How much are we rising? We're rising 1. How much are we running? We're running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 over 5. 1/5 is the answer. I'm just going to keep it going here. See if we run into any other types of problems. Let's see. All right, 1/5. All right, we're in the challenge zone. Let's see if we get anything that looks a little different. No, it looks like they're all about the same here. So, again, rise over run. Where is our first point on the line? Right here, right? Up. And where's the next one that intersects? Right here. So our rise is 1, 2, 3. And our run is 1, 2. 3 over 2. Okay? See if we can get 100 on this. 3 over 2. Okay, what do we got here? All right, looks about the same, right? So, rise over run. Slope is rise over run. Finding the slope. So we start here. We rise. This time, I see how it gets different. Now notice on the graph, we're not rising 1, we're rising 10. So I guess that's the difference here. We have to look at the value on the graph. So we're rising 10, and we're running 10, 20, 30. 10 over 30. Now, if I put that in, it's as 10 over 30, it's going to be wrong because it says simplify your answer. So I know I need to simplify this down by dividing by 10. So my final answer is going to be 1/3. 1/3. Okay, well, here we go. We're almost there. We're at 94. So rise over run. And again, we need to consider our scale here. We have tens. So here's a point right there. And the next point is here, right? Let's keep checking. There's another one. Yep, so they're all evenly spaced. So we are rising 10, 20. We are running 10. So 20 over 10 divides by 10. So we can simplify this to 2 over 1 or just 2. I'm wondering if you put 2 over 1 in, if it's going to mark you wrong, because that's not technically a simplified fraction. Okay, just a few more. I know IXL makes you do so many of these, right? So let's see where our point is. Here's a point that intersects on the little boxes. That looks good right there. And again, we're rising tens, we're in tens, and we're running in tens. So we have 10, 20, 30, and we are running 10, 20, 30, and 40. And if we just knock these zeros off on the end, bop, bop, we have 3/4 is our answer here. 3/4. All right. Make you move up in ones once you get to the top, don't they? Okay, 2 more to go. Let's do them real fast. Well, I don't want to do them real fast. I want to make sure they're accurate. I don't want to go, I know how frustrating it is to go backwards on these. So here's one. This time it's going in groups of 1. So I need to find the next one. It's way up here. Okay, so I'm going to rise 1. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I could have just looked up here and saw it was at the 6. So rise of 6, run of 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have to simplify because these are even, they divide by 2. And then it simplifies to 3/2. 3/2. Wouldn't it be embarrassing for me to get one of these wrong in the video? Oops. I'll definitely get it wrong if I took the wrong answer in there. There it is. Spectacular. We did it. All right. So that is how you find the slope using the rise over run technique.